we're gonna go through, I'm gonna show you how I made this clip with a yellow daffodil and this red poppy field in the background. I used the Rotobrush to mask out the flower, the daffodil. And then I did some like minor effects on the color with the saturation and then a blur on the background. So what we're gonna do is delete all the effects. Okay, so starting with the Rotobrush, I'm going to select my layer for editing and select this little guy with a paintbrush up here. And what the Rotobrush does, it's like very similar to the magic wand tool in Photoshop. And I'm going to select what I want to be masked. So you see there's this little green button that's to, select your subject. I can change the size of the brush by holding Command or Control and just outlining it. If there's a space that I don't want selected, I hold Option to get the red subtract and go ahead and kind of neaten it up. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but pretty close. So we can watch that play and you can see how the selection does automatically adjust per the movement of the flower. But I'm just going to scrub through. I noticed that my stem gets lost. So I'm going to just go, frame by frame, making sure that it's selected how I want. And so it does get, like, After Effects does do the bulk of the labor, but you still have to go in and kind of patch up like the little things that are not exactly how you want it. So I think that looks good to me. Cool, so the stem is in there the entire time. I can close the editing and boom, it's masked. So the next thing I want to do is go in and making sure that my daffodil is selected, go into Effect, color correction, hue, saturation. I'm going to turn it kind of orangey. Okay. So that looks good to me. I'm also going to add a blur into my poppy field to give it that depth of field. So I have blur already up in my effects and presets. Just drag that in. We'll give it probably about a 10. Alright, that is it. So Daffodil is masked using the Rotobrush. We adjusted the color so it kind of is closer to the red poppies, and then we blurred the poppies in the back. Cool.